Yeah, let me present my PPT which I have prepared for this session. Um, so you are able to see this PPT, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. Let me. Okay, so this is the we actually I have designed this solution like open source B2B EDI suite for small customers or mid-sized companies who can afford a small amount money to have a connection EDI B2B connection with their bigger customer. So I have designed this solution. Let me go through this idea. See, I think everybody know this. Why do we choose EDI B2B process for implementation as a initial? And olden times, like we are exchanging business documents or the postal courier or something, and there will be a lot of discrepancies. And actually, order processing also will be manual process, and it will consume more time. Also, there will be some data entry errors. They may type wrongly in the order data, and it will cause the issues. And also, it will take a lot of paperwork, and there will be some delays in the communication with your partner. And if there is a miscommunication, or if the partner didn't receive the orders, we lose the business, right? So and also to increase there is a also we need to increase if you want to increase a business, we need to adapt a new automation process also. So that's why we choose EDI B2B process in our any business. So in the next slide, it's like why do we choose EDI B2B process implementation using open source? And generally, there are in current market there are many tools are available. EDI B2B tools are available, and the tool providers are very big companies. If you want to buy any tool or something, it will cost huge, and also we need to purchase a license for every year. And if you want to use any option or any specific feature, also you need to purchase a license for that feature. So that costs, it's a lot of thing to buy, it's a lot of money to buy any product from the bigger customer. So that's why we have come up with the open source EDI tool solution. Generally, so actually, as I mentioned, right, B2B product from bigger organizations were more expensive, and also product license cost is very high. And license cost actually in the good products like you can see the IBM Sterling or XY products, or there are Delvomi, or so many products are Seaburger like that. There are so many products are available, but license cost is it's very high. The small customer or mid-sized customer cannot buy that and cannot maintain that software. So that's why we have come up with the solution. And also there is a one more reason: support and maintenance cost of B2B tool. Also it will be very cost. And also in addition to that product cost and license costs, and we need to hire a one person, hire a manpower to support that tool, and that is also it will be a high cost. So we even if it is a high cost, and also we cannot get the right manpower for that tool. uh, that is the one reason. And also uh, and there is a one reason, like if customer using one tool, any product are using, for example, if any customer using one tool that for long time, for suddenly the customer provider, customer or the tool provider will come to us and will ask him to upgrade the tool. Without they will not consider our concerns or anything, but they are asking us to upgrade immediately. and also they will mention they don't support older version. So that is also one cause of this solution. So this is the actual these are the main why we choose. And I have actually I created one video of some sample business scenario, and have a look. Sorry. Yeah, this is the some business scenario, and that business scenario, William is a customer. He owns a small business. He want to do business with the Amazon bigger customer, but generally what he does is like he will go to some web portal, Amazon web portal, and he will do the confirmation, order confirmation, and shipment generation and invoice generation, logging into the web portal. It's a manual process. That's why you're doing, but that is a manual. Also, the because of the it will take confirmation, order confirmation will take a lot of time, and shipment confirmation and invoice generation will take a lot of time. Because of that, he loses some business. So he is thinking about what are the reasons of losing business, and he actually found some reasons like it's not automated, it's a manual. Every time whenever he receive an order, he need to go to a web portal, or need to take a mobile phone, or confirm over the support team or something like that. It will take some time to confirm the order. So it will take some order confirmation will be it will take huge time. So that causes the issue, and also sometimes he forgot to generate the shipment notification or invoice generation. Because of that, he will get some chargebacks from the Amazon. So that's because of that he will lose some business. Even he won't get orders in the midnight. He cannot confirm the orders in the midnight because he won't be available in the midnight. Or sometimes if he is in a vacation or something, he need to update the Amazon to these are the vacation days. You need not to send any orders. So in those scenarios, he cannot fulfill the orders. He will lose the business in that times also. So to avoid that, he found that to avoid those issues, he searched in Google or internet, and he is looking for some open source freely software, and he contacted open source AI support team, and he implemented the solution by doing some brainstorm sessions with those team, and implemented, and he got the sales are increased, the business sales are got increased. That is the idea behind that video, and just for understanding purpose. And coming to the actual one, the actual scenario, the BART EDI translator, this is the main heart of this idea. In current trend and current business, like there are current companies, many companies are using open source tools. If you see this slide, there is a tree with the open source tools which are available currently. There are most of the tools are freely available, freely open source tools. Those are using by the many companies. in those tools, the bot CDA also one of the tool. We can download for freely, and we can use it as per our need. We can customize it. It's a bots EDA translator. It will do actual bots EDA translator will do the translation. In coming slides, I will show you how to implement this solution. Here I mentioned why we come up with the why we come up with the solution. It's already I already explained you, right. Small mid-sized companies are comply with generally small customer. If they want to, small customer want to expand their business. If they want to expand their business, then they need to comply with EDI B2B compliance with a bigger customers, so that they will get more orders and they can increase their business. And also customer cannot buy in a big product from bigger company because of the license cost. We need to avoid that license cost. That is the one reason for this solution. And also some small customers, instead of using commercial EDI tools products, they are using some formal languages like Java, .NET, PHP. They will develop some code in that language for the translation purpose. They are using it for their business, and so instead of that, we can use these bots as a one solution. And also one more pain problem is like it's already manual processing orders and update shipment notification. This is one reason. And also this is also I already mentioned, making customers able to receive order whenever they want. Like it's like a 24/7. They can receive the orders, and they can generate a corresponding acknowledgements and send a shipment notices and corresponding invoices. It's automatically generated. Will send it to their customer, so that then it will be increase their sales. So these are the main reasons. And now in this open source EDI solution, there is three steps. We identify three steps. In the first step, it's like a AS to SFTP communication, and second step is translation, and third step is MFT tool. So these three steps will be part of this open source EDI tool solution. In coming slides, I will explain each and every one. Let's go over. So now we will have some doubt, like how we will implement these 1, 2, 3 steps. First step is the communication. For communication, what protocols we need to use, or what communication channels we need to use. Why do we choose AS to SFTP communication, or what are the open source AS to SFTP tools options available in the market? Okay, that is the one. And coming to the second step, what is the translation software available, what is bots, and what are the features are available with bots. That is for second step. Third step, it will be the MFT part. Do we really need to use the MFT solution for the open source solution? So in next slides, I will explain the each and everything. Coming to that step one, see here, why do we choose AS to SFTP communication, and what are the open source AS to SFTP tools are available in the market. So I will explain this thing. So there are multiple open source AS2 tools available, and in the open source market. So if you want to do any business, any small customer want to do business with any bigger companies, they will prefer mainly AS2 communication or SFTP communication because of the security. The security it will have. Even they will not suggest to use FTP communication because there is no security on exchanging messages with them. So There will be some open source AS2 tool available. That is like AS2 Secure. That is the one AS2 tool available, and Open AS2 and Mandelson AS2. These three tools and some more tools also available open source. But these are not very much used by the customers. But these are very stable. These tools are very stable, and those are working very perfectly fine. Even we can suggest these tools based upon the customer capabilities of the supporting capabilities. So from coming to the open source SFTP tools also available. It's like, for example, if you take a SolarWinds SFTP and FileZero server, SynchroFi server, these are the SFTP servers are available, open source. We can use it as per our need. And coming to that AS2 Secure, actually I have implemented AS2 Secure for one customer, that is Authority Buy. I have implemented for them. Actually they are doing business with Amazon, and currently they are exchanging messages with Amazon using AS2 Secure. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly working for last 2 years. And for coming to that AS2 Secure, it's like it's a PHP tool. It's a PHP based. It's built upon PHP programming language and PHP functions, and it can install on Windows or Linux server. And it's like that is one AS2 tool, and another also Open AS2 also having built upon Java and and this tool can be installed on Windows or Linux. It's the same. It is also having the same features of AS2 Secure, even better than that. And Mandelson AS2, that is one more AS2 software. It's freely available. We can use it. It is built upon Java. It can be installed on both Windows and Linux, and it is having some additional features like we can buy some commercial product. There will be a commercial product also is available with Mandelson AS2, and we can purchase some commercial support also from Mandelson AS2. That is the additional advantage other than AS2 Secure and Open AS2. So this is the AS2 communication part, and let's go to the next part, like translation part. What is bots, and what is bots, and what are the features available with the bots? See, this is the known facts about bot. It's a complete EDI translator. It's a very stable product. Its performance is very good. Runs over 150k EDI files per month easily. We can install it. Installation is also, it's very easy. Easy, and maintenance also very easy. So translate different kinds of standards and documents into non-proprietary formats. We can translate any type of document into any type of document using bots. And we have a good documentation on bots also. We can use that documentation for performance installation or performance improvement features. We can use it. And the current version of bots is 3.2 version. It's a stable version. We can use it. And bots also having some built-in functionality, like generating acknowledgement. Once we receive the messages from the partner, we can generate an acknowledgements or confirmations and send it over to the partner. It's automatically. This is also platform independent. We can install these bots on Windows or Linux or Unix. You can install it on any OS, and we can hire some expert for any support purpose. Here I mentioned like bots OSET. OSET means it's like an open source EDI tool. That team. there will be even partner specific translations also. We can implement it in the business process. We can partner specific syntax. We can create it and fully integrated Unicode character sets also. We can use it in the bots. Let's go to the next slide. In this like supported EDA formats, it's we already know like other standard like other commercial products what they support. The same kind of standards will be supported by bots as well. See, like it's Edifact, ANSI X12, Tedacams, XML, CSV, Excel, even HTML also we can in a proper way. In HTML also we can read it and can be converted into corresponding format, corresponding required format, either CSV or flat files or whatever it is. We can convert it, and also we can do the translation for SAP IDOC also, and COM and JSON. The main best property is like best feature is like JSON. If you receive any JSON, like it's a JavaScript object notation. So current technology, like most of the customers are using APIs. So APIs are talk each other with using JSON language. So once even the customer want to send a JSON, send a message over the JSON, we can receive it, we can convert into other formats, any other standard formats or non-proprietary formats, and we can do it the translation using bots. So coming to the database also we can insert it. Data can be inserted into database also. And coming to bots monitor, there is a one feature is available. It's like a bots monitor. Bots monitor, we can monitor the transactions. Like we can track the transaction, like we can view the documents, whatever documents we are receiving, what are the documents we are sending. We can view the documents over the bots monitor, and also we can see the whether acknowledgements are sending or not. We are verifying on the bots monitor. And also we can see like automatic restore of EDI files and communication files. For example, in some of the cases, we may see some interruptions, like communication interruptions. In that case, if there is any failure occurs, then we can resend the file. We can resend the file using that bot monitor. But once you log in into bots monitor, we can resend that. That is one option is available of feature. And it is a flexible deployment, and we have many options like scheduling options or we have, and communication and translation can manually start it. Even we can start it manually, and it can be scheduled also. We can put translation schedules also. And bots monitor is a web-based UI tool. We can access anywhere in the anywhere like anywhere means anywhere in the any system in the same network. We can log in. We can verify the transactions, and it is a maintenance free. There will be a no cost around of it. If you can take support of any Python knowledge person, you can take a support from him, and you can do any changes. You can make any changes. You can customize it as per how you need. Also, we can maintenance of database. We automatically will do the maintenance of database, and we can do the archive of the files. We can archive the files what we receive from the what we send to the customer or what we receive from the customer. Those files will be archived. We can configure it in the bots monitor. And resend and receive EDI messages, and also we can configure email notifications. If there is any failures in the translation or communication, we can just send out an email notification. That is also can be possible using bots monitor. So these are some technical capabilities. Already we discussed. So I will just go through over it. Platform independent, it can runs on Windows, Linux and OS. And here like bots uses like generally Django web framework. Django web framework and backend there will be Cherry Pie web server is running. And it will use the SQLite database for storing the messages and installation files. It's one advantage is like it's using syntax. It's a Python syntax, and generally bots using the Python syntax. If you know the Python syntax, we can easily edit the we can customize the tool any tool as per our need. Bots is scalable. Even we can integrate with the other kind of databases like MySQL and PostgreSQL. These databases also open source. We can integrate with them. Even we can customize it using. We can write a scripts. We can integrate with the we can integrate with the bots tool. Like we can create a multiple environments also, like we can create development environment, test environment, production environment. We can create multiple environments. Generally the Python language will use in these bots. It's a background language. If you want, generally in this tool, if you want to do any mapping or communication or anything, there is a one, it's not a drawback, it's like a the language, we need to use the Python language to write a program to do the translation. Or you can, if you want to do the any scripting also, you need to use the Python scripting. Whatever you write, that needs to be written in the Python to implement it in a bots. And this can be implemented, deployed to cloud or integrate with the partners who are on cloud or on premise also. We can integrate it. We can do the integration. So these are the technical features. And this is the bots dashboard, how it looks like. Once it is installed, the web UI will be look like this bots. After this session, I will show you that actual how I have installed. So that is the bots. The second step is completed. For the third one, it's the MFT tool. Generally, the MFT tool it's not it is an option in this solution. Actually, I see MFT function is like a managed file transfer. We can exchange files either from between systems, between organizations, between partners. We can, in a secure way, we can exchange it for compliance as per the compliance needs. And MFT will provide more features than as a single communication channel. Even in this MFT channel, we can get we can view the files what we receive or what we send, and also we can see the logging details, and we can see the security tracking integration with the security architecture, and we can see the failover and delivery assurance. We'll get a delivery assurance by using MFT tool. So that's why mainly, and whenever there is a message failure or communication failure, we can just reprocess it in the MFT tool. So that is the main thing about MFT. And there are open source and the commercial products also available. Now some commercial products. Now Go Anywhere MFT and GlobalScape MFT, Global Scale EFT and Progress Move It and Escape. These are the commercial one. We need to buy a license for using it. We can do integration with bots. There are some available. The open source MFT tools also available in the market. I will show you that. See, these are the open source MFT tools. Yates MFT and WARP MFT, Alft 8 commercial version also available. We can use this open source MFT. And generally, as per design for small customer, we won't suggest to use the MFT tool because the messages flows, like a number of messages they receive, it will be less compared to mid-sized companies or mid-sized customers. So generally, whoever will, for mid-sized companies, will suggest to use the MFT tool for tracking purpose, tracking of messages. Either they can choose open source tool, or they can choose commercial version of the tool for good tracking of the messages. This is the call. This is the MFT part. Yeah, this is the actual solution we have implemented with the 3 parts. So if we implement, if any small customer or bigger medium sized customer, if they can implement it, they will really like they can increase their business. They can increase their business with the customers. Even they can expand their business, and they can integrate with other partners as well. Likewise, they can once it is implemented, they will get benefited within a small. They need to spend much. They need not to spend huge money to implement this. It will be then. It will be a happy customer. Yeah. Yeah, Jim, if you have any questions or if you have any doubts, just let me know how it is.
I mean, one of my main questions is, with this type of solution, is there a data repository or somewhere that you can go and actually preview and print the documents?
Preview and what document? I didn't get your question. Can you repeat?
So if you receive a purchase order, you know,
Okay.
most of the clients I deal with are in retail. So if they receive a purchase order,
Okay.
a lot of times my clients will want to receive that purchase order and print that purchase order out.
Okay. Okay.
Is there a way inside of this system, is there a data repository or somewhere where the EDI files are being stored?
Yes. Yeah, we can store that order. Yes, we can do. We have archive. We have archiving options in bots tool. We can store it. We can store it in for future reference, or we can take in a printouts if they required.
Okay. I guess I'd have to see the tool. I'd have to see it. I'd have to see what it, you know, essentially what it all looks like.
Just let me see you. Let me show you. Let me show you that the tool, how it looks like. See, this is the tool. After installation, the data, the dashboard will be look like this. See, this is the this is the bots monitor. We can see the transactions, incoming transactions, outgoing transactions, or what are the documents are coming in, or what are the documents going out. So these type of transactions we can see, and what are the process errors. These are the last runs. It will show last run, process errors, and last incoming file or last outgoing file. Here it will show all the files. What are files sent it over? It will show here. And also here in this log, you can see, you can click on file name. We can see the data. And here you can see, you can generate a report here. You can, based upon the timestamp or like from date, or to date and from date, by using that we can generate a reports, and we can see what are the files incoming. Also we can generate a report. We can use it for reference purpose. And here, from here in this configuration, we'll do the actual partner onboarding process. It's like a routes, channels, translations, partners. Here he will create a partner specific configurations. Like see, like these are the routes. These are the disabled one. If you want to disable any routes, it will be disabled. If you want to active the routes, it will be active. If you select that route and activate it, it automatically activates. Then it will be ready to receive files from the customer. If it is not active, it will be like this. We won't receive any documents from the partner, or we cannot send the files to the partner. So in the same way, like channels also in the same way, we can configure the channels. Translations, here translations, like these are the Python programs. Translate, this is the structure, syntax in the, we can see the syntax of the message standard. And here this is the mapping script. This is the mapping script. We can see it. We can make changes, or we can do the changes, and we can use it. We can modify it as per our need. And these are the partners also we can create. Partner specific configurations, so like partner specific routes and channels and translations we can create. And here there is a system task, like if you have any predefined or already available scripts, if you have already available translations, you can just import it. You can just import it, and you can make use of it. Like you can just
so if I had one retail trading partner, we'll just say the retail trading partner is Belk.
Okay.
And my client was using QuickBooks Online, and they just wanted to, Belk was just requiring purchase orders, so 850s.
Okay.
And 810s.
Okay.
What do you think it would take to set that up? Like cost wise, time wise?
I will complete this. I will show you that. Okay. I will tell you that. Yeah. This is the one. So how we can read that plugins, like we can use it already existing programs, we can use it, and we can make we can do the changes as per our need. Okay. These are the features are available, like see, once we started the bots, we need to run this. So once we run this, once we click on run, it will start collecting the files. It will start collecting, sending files and receiving files. So this is the dashboard look like. So this is the one. And coming to project cost wise, like this is the first time we are implementing like this solution. The first time customer, we are planning to, this is first time customer, so we are giving with a small kind of thing, like we will implement the project within 6 months. We need to consider all aspects. We need to consider. We need to give a good product. So we are taking some. This is the first time we are implementing. So it will take 6 months. Each month will take $500, and this need not to be paid after 1 month. Once we successfully implemented your project completely and it is running perfectly fine in the production, then you need to pay that amount one time. After completion of the project, you can pay that amount. If for example, it will not happen in some cases. If that project doesn't work, you need not to pay anything. Okay, if successfully working in the production, you are satisfied, then you can pay whatever amount I mentioned here after 6 months. After 6 months, or whenever the project is completed. So this is the first time we are offering for first time customer to implement it. So that we will get some more references and all. So that's why we are giving some lesser, we are doing it for lesser amount. And also once it is moved to production, we'll give you the 1 year free support. If you have any issues, if you see any issues, translation issues or communication issues, will give you the immediate support. If doesn't resolve the issue, will give you the other options without any cost, which you will give a perfect solution. And we will
Okay.
in this implementation, if any customer take this implementation, we'll give you the two environments. One is test and one is production. We'll do the setup in test environment, test it. If it is successful, then we'll move the whole setup into production environment. We'll give you the two environments. They need to take care of it. Also, they can even after 1 year, if they want to continue with our support, that time we may charge a little amount for the support.
Okay.
These are the payment terms currently.
Okay.
Okay.
I will. I appreciate your time. I appreciate looking at this, and I'll definitely let you know if I run across any clients that would fit that realm for you.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Thanks for your time also. Actually, I'm very grateful to accepting my request to join in our session to have this. I'm very thankful to you.
And I thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Keep
All right.
in touch. We'll meet again.
All right. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you. Same to you. Bye.